video is sponsored by Unite Stone and their 24 karat golden rose. Thank you for sponsoring this video, and we appreciate if you'd go buy their rose from the store. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Every now and then I like to give my wife a flower, but you know, with flowers, they die after so much time passes. Well, this came in the mail today, and it's the Unite Stone 24 karat golden rose. Hey, look, I got something for you. Woo, it's a golden rose. Do you like it?
Yes.
What do you say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Taking a close look at this rose, you know, it does have a lot of fine details on it. The flower petals do have a nice rose kind of a complexion to it. It's kind of a way that it reflects the light, makes it look like it's really a nice looking piece. It looks like that rose that was, what's that movie? Beauty and the Beast and that one rose? Yes, like that rose from Beauty and the Beast. Like a nice 24 karat gold touch to it. And you don't have to water it. It'll keep its beauty and texture for ages and ages. Pretty neat. Okay, let's take a look at what the Mega Millions jackpot is. It is September 27th today, and the Mega Millions jackpot is at $336 million. $336 million. There are a lot of ways to spend $336 million, but one of them is very interesting to me because I was reading an article about a guy who spent it by buying a whole truck ton of manure and having it dumped onto his ex-boss's front yard because he was being mistreated and just being treated badly while he was working there. He had a terrible experience just being belittled by his boss and disrespected and making him doing all this bad work. Now the boss, after this happened, he was watching from across the street. The boss was seeing the trucks come in, and the boss called the police and said, hey, look, get this guy out of here. You know, get these trucks out of here. They're not supposed to be dumping all this stuff. But it took police about 15 minutes for them to respond to the situation, and by that time all the bags of manure were already dumped on his front yard. So it was too late. It was stinking up his whole property for a good minute. Is it fair that the boss had this happen? No, it's not. But you know, life's not fair sometimes, and people do get revenge for doing the things that they had mistreated onto themselves. Money gives you power. It gives you the ability to do things that you normally wouldn't do, and sometimes that includes getting back at people in some unimaginable ways. So this story was pretty interesting to me, and I found it interesting that the guy actually did something like this to his ex-boss out of sheer entertainment. But the story turns around because he had been arrested because of doing this, and I was imagining that it's some charge of disrupting the peace, or there's probably some other legal codes that he's broken in having tons and tons of manure dumped onto his front yard. What's the whole takeaway from this? If you're a boss in a position over somebody that's getting hourly pay, maybe it's at a McDonald's or some kind of corporate ladder, be mindful of how you're treating them. I don't think that it's good to treat people on different levels just because of the fact that you're higher up on the chain, getting paid more than someone who's not getting paid more and just doing the base kind of work. I think everyone can get along equally on that hierarchy with just a simple bit of respect. It might sound cheesy, but you give respect and you get respect. In addition to the guy being arrested, I want to talk about people who've won the lottery but made the mistakes of not keeping on to all of their winnings by some sheer of bad decisions. Now, a lot of stories are like this are present out in the world where people just spend all their money within a short time frame, from buying big expensive homes, a lot of expensive exotic cars, what have you, and then end up going broke and losing everything. But if it was me, I'd make some smart decisions and reinvest some of that money into things like Roth IRAs, real estate, places where you're not going to be blowing all your money in an instant flash, and making investment decisions on things that are going to be making a appreciation over time, but not a depreciation over time. Like you drive an exotic car off a brand new dealer lot and it immediately loses like 50% of its value the instant you drive off the lot. Real estate seems like a good long-term investment because of the fact that if you look at the market and the time frame, the price, especially in certain areas like California where the housing market goes up in value, you can make some good money, especially if you invest your own money into the market. Like you can get a house in the right area for $70,000 and then wait a year or two and then it might be double in value up to $150,000 and then just sell it off. You got to know when the right timing to do this is though, because the market goes up and down, and if you have the right friends that tell you what the prices are in the area, you can make some pretty good flips. Foreclosed houses are another thing. You can go and pick up a house that maybe a bank sees because they weren't able to make their monthly payments on it, and buy it at a fraction of the price. It might have been a $500,000 home and you get it for $300,000, end up waiting a couple years and it's still easily selling at $500,000. Make that quick flip. We're working a lot of times and just putting our time in for hours and hourly pay, but that's not where the big bucks are. You got to make the good decisions to invest right in the right time. Whether it's a lottery ticket or not, a lottery ticket, your chances are very slim that you might win that, but making smart business decisions, I think, will be more helpful in the long run. Anyways, that's my thoughts for today. Just wanted to get it off my chest, my brain, my head, and put it out there in the YouTube world. If you haven't already, hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm looking forward to putting more content out there in the future. Have a good one.